culture crossfire, yeah. Caught up in the fandom flame. Crossfire, yeah. Nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs. Marv bringing the fire. When the heart takes head, you're in the culture crossfire. Wizard spells, monsters roar, breaking down the culture war. When the fandom flames rise higher, you're caught up in the crossfire. Caught up in the fandom flame. Crossfire climb. Nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs. Marv bringing the fire. When the heart takes hit, you're in the culture crossfire. You're caught up in the crossfire.
All right. How we doing?
Oh,
Wow,
it
right.
is day one of MegaCon, Wizard, and I am very excited but very stressed at the same time. But I mean, I am so thankful that today we have this show because this has become one of my favorite shows of the week. 100% loving the culture crossfire, getting caught up in the fandom flame.
It is fun. Also, that is a banger song. Every time
Thank
I
you.
hear it again, I'm like, this song is fun. This is fun. We got to do an album.
We
That's
should.
the future.
It's on my it's like on my workout mix now, so it doesn't get a lot of play, but it gets some.
Yeah. It's like eventually it's going to be the Culture Crossfire like holiday special album that we put out in a vinyl.
I'll
And
100% write that song up. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
That'll be fun.
I'm glad that people talk about the Crossfire commercial with it, though. I saw it in the chat a little bit because that was the inspiration behind like writing the song. Like that was what I was kind of like going for, was the 90s Crossfire board game.
It's totally fitting. It's totally fitting. Well, we got a lot of stuff we're going to get into. We've got MegaCon happening this weekend. Today. I won't be there today. It is technically the earliest part of the weekend. I guess it's Thursday. MegaCon is happening. Marv's going to be there. We'll talk about that in a little bit later on in the show. We've also got, there's happening also this weekend. Project Hail Mary is in theaters. We've got Crimson Desert dropping today. We've got Ready or Not 2 is dropping this weekend. And there's just so much going on. And I don't even think
the CEO who sucks, and like
we gotta talk about that. I want to go through. I wish we all had the chance to like talk more about it yesterday when we were live streaming on Valiant Renegade's channel, but we all had.
We didn't have any time to talk about it yesterday. We were only streaming for like 6 hours straight.
That's right. Yeah. But I am excited for us to talk about it today. Before we get into that, we've got a super chat coming in here. This is Butter Biscuit for you. Morning, bros.
Yeah, there we go. Morning, bros. Morning to you, Butter Biscuit.
Morning to you. Yes. Is it the morning? It feels like the after. We've both been running around.
Still the morning, yes.
Technically still the morning.
Unless you're in the UK or anywhere like that, and then, that's a completely different question.
Happy time zone. Marv, how is your week going so far? I know you're busy.
It's been a wild week. I've had very little time to get anything done for the M4 Empire, like video-wise. I think I've only had like 2 regular videos out, but a bunch of live streams, just because this week has been so crazy with trying to get everything ready for MegaCon. We had to like stockpile content for the websites because I'm going to be at the convention 3 out of the 4 days. Everybody, literally everyone that I work with other than like Culture and Jonas are in town for this. So it's like, just a whole lot of moving pieces to get put into motion. So, but yeah, it has been a wild week. I'm just so glad that the week that Bob Iger left Disney is also the week of MegaCon. It just made my life so much easier.
With all the announcements that are happening right now, with the movies dropping, games coming out, big time games, big time review problems with those games, a 30% crash for the Crimson Desert developers, and it's like, I'm looking around, I see you guys all running around like crazy. I got to go back up to New York tomorrow, where I'm going to be on the road. It's like, oh man.
Well, so like not only that, but like just so much stupid, like the Oscars just happened and they were humiliated. I just wrote an article this morning about the fact that Conan had that line where he mocked the Turning Point USA halftime show from the Super Bowl, but then it turns out when the Oscar numbers came out, the Turning Point USA show actually outdrew the Oscars this year.
I didn't know that. That's funny. That's terribly funny.
That did Turning Point USA revealed it did across its platforms. It did 25 million views on the Turning Point USA halftime show, and the Oscars pulled in 17.5 or 17.8. I'll give them their due. But
why are we doing this, StreamYard? Why are we doing this? I just pulled this up. Wow, that's really?
Yeah.
Kid Rock beat Conan O'Brien?
He did.
I'm no Kid Rock fan. So
me neither.
I thought
he was, and to be fair, he was the weakest link of that Turning Point USA halftime show. I actually liked the other, like I actually discovered a few artists that I had never heard of in that halftime show. Kid Rock was the weakest part of it.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't love that show. I thought it was a little pretentious. It's not, but it is nice to see that regardless of me liking or not liking either show, and I didn't like either, it's nice to see that there's competition in the marketplace for viewership.
Mm-hmm.
I'm competing with like the mainstream cable and competing like even with the Oscars to some extent, competing with the NFL, competing with the Super Bowl. I think they're healthy things. These are good things. We need more of this.
Look, TPUSA was never going to. People were like, "Oh, it's a failure because it didn't outdraw the Super Bowl." I'm like, "What?" It was never going to outdraw the Super Bowl. The point was that it was if you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in him. Like it was, like once you shake the Titan, you realize the Titan can be beaten. It's not invincible. And that's what happened. It went the distance with Apollo Creed is essentially what it did. Is enough metaphors for you?
I'm sure there'll be more. We're just getting started. But we do, there is a story we were just talking about backstage before we kicked off the show I want to get into. So let's pull this up here. Now this is do you want to set the context for this? So shout out to Verbal Riot who shared this video.
Yeah. So this is
what's going on here before I play it.
This was from last year. It was right before One Battle After Another came out. It might have been even at the premiere for it. And this is Mark Malkin, the scum of the earth, the single worst entertainment journalist in the worst in the worst of the worst of the worst. He's the guy that is always like, is this the gayest thing Marvel's ever done? And so he went up to this young lady. I'm trying to remember her name right now. It's not Charity. It's something equally like that.
Was she in Last of Us? This looks like the girl that was in Last of Us.
I think One Battle After Another is her first film. Hold on. Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter in One Battle After Another is played by Chase Infinity. That was it. Not Charity, but Chase.
Okay.
So she's 25 years old. This is her first film. She's now being thrown into this. What we have learned is just a den of vipers and
debauchery,
ne'er-do-wells.
And
let's see the question that she gets asked by Mark Malkin.
What's it like calling Leonardo DiCaprio daddy?
Well, did not think that it would be something that I would do.
Go away.
What's it like calling Leonardo DiCaprio daddy?
Oh my gosh.
Daddy.
What's it like calling Leonardo DiCaprio daddy? And so he says it, and you see her face, like when she realizes what he just asked, her face drops, and is just like, wait, like, and he, I honestly think he's like deriving pleasure from this, because look at the way he is when he asks the question. Like, watch his
Very
body language
uncomfortable.
after he asks it. His head starts bobbing like a rooster, and he just starts like fidgeting around with himself. I'm just like, man, this guy, I legitimately think he gets off on asking these questions.
It's like calling him daddy.
And look at him.
What is this face?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Now imagine you're asked this question at your first Hollywood premiere, and you're looking into that face who's going like this poor girl.
What in the heck, man? You know, but it's obviously. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing.
What is the Hollywood obsession with the daddy thing? Because we've heard it with Pedro over and over and over again. We've heard it with Kim Belair talking about Bowser. I mean, like, what is it with these people?
Yeah, it's a form of perversion for sure. It's a
Extreme Meme Supreme over on my channel just said. Extreme Meme Supreme on my channel just said that's some neck muscle memory. Right? And by the way, no, I did not make a Snyderverse reference with the "If You Can Make God Bleed." That was a Marvel reference. That was Iron Man 2. But look at him.
Yeah,
look at him.
Yes.
It's just like this mincing Orville Redenbacher, like.
And it's for it's like, hey, we should be trusting the Access Media and like the legacy media, right? This is Variety. This guy represents Variety on all these red carpets, and he's the one that's known for, is this the gayest thing ever? Now,
and then remember when he called out Ridley Scott for cutting a gay kiss in Gladiator 2? He got in Ridley Scott's face about it. Apparently, it was like one alternate take where Denzel gave someone like the kiss of death or something like that, where like he just kind of did
it's not a gay kiss at all.
Yeah, it was like one take of the scene, and it wasn't the take that they used. And it got out that like there was a gay kiss, and they cut it. And he's like, "You cut a gay kiss? There was a kiss. Why'd you cut it?" And Ridley Scott was just like, "Get this guy out of my face. I'm Ridley Scott. I am."
What's a shame with this is this actually sets back representative media, like representation in media. This sets it back bigly, right? Like this, because it looks like you're being grotesque in a way. Like you're being kind of gross about really anything. I wouldn't want anybody saying, what if this was the other way around? Like you're talking about women in this way, or you're talking about even just heterosexual relationships in this way. Everybody would be creeped out, regardless of who you were talking about, what the deal was. But because it's you're speaking to a specific demographic here, but you're allowed to do it in such a perverted standpoint. And I don't understand why this is okay, or hey, this is perfect. We see the same thing with in gaming right now with Resident Evil Requiem. We had that was a lovely article coming to us from Kotaku. That was incredible. You know what else is incredible, Marv?
Whoa!
You know what else is incredible? Snarky to Stink.
Oh my gosh! For $200 wants me to do a Zelda playthrough, my choice of version. Snark, thank you so much, man. Absolutely. All right, that is going to be on the docket for next week after MegaCon is over. We will be streaming a Zelda game. I will figure it's either going to be Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild. So, man, thank you, man. Thank you so much, Snark. That's incredible.
Man, what a way to kick off the stream. We're not even out of topic one, and Snarky's coming in with a Red Boy banger.
Oh, thank you, Snarky, very much. So, guys, just so you know, this is simulcast both on my channel, M4 Empire, and on Wizard's channel, The Real Life Fake Wizard. Please make sure you're subscribed to both channels, because we simulcast on both channels every single week. So we very much appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Shout out. And we will get back to the chat. I know we got a bunch of other supers and stuff in there. We're gonna get back to that in just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we see the same thing over here. Let me pull this up, see if I can find it. Kotaku, Leon, Scott Kennedy. This one was this one was kind of unsettling, and
I think I wrote that one on Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, I'd written an article picking this apart on Geeks and Gamers as well. But yeah, let's read the actual article, because it's gross. For those of you that don't know what PrEP is, it is a medication that an HIV negative person can take to not contract HIV from someone who is positive.
Yeah.
That's how we're kicking this off. That's the headline.
Whoever just on that alone, right? We talk about like authenticity. We talk about like professionalism, and there's been the big discussion around like really sexual content in gaming, sexual content in entertainment. And it's usually Kotaku would have been the one running the headlines about how gooner chuds are too perverted in gaming and in entertainment, and we need to stop them and stop this, and we need to show respect towards women. And like those few that sentiment right there, we need to show respect towards women. Yeah, okay, yeah, I dig that. That's fine. Cool. Let's have that conversation. What's the deal with this though? This is wait a minute. We're not owning up to this 100%. So whoever designed Leon in Resident Evil Requiem deserves a handshake and a raise. And if we scroll down here,
can I say one thing about this article before we jump into it though?
Yes.
To write about this over on Geeks and Gamers, I had to research. I had to look up what PrEP is.
Yeah.
So and then I started getting ads for PrEP. So thank you, Kotaku, for that. For adding that into my algorithm.
Oh, oh no.
I'm getting all these ads with like two guys looking at each other, and it was like, when you don't want to take the risk. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. So that do you like, if you go on Instagram or you open up like YouTube, do you get like Grinder ads now? Is that
no? Thank God. It got out of circulation pretty quickly. So Google no longer thinks I'm gay, I guess.
I've played through Resident Evil Requiem twice now, and when you're playing through a game a second time with little distance between both playthroughs, you got to take in the little moments to keep yourself from getting bored by something you just saw. Okay, really? That's I mean, we could have spent 3 hours eviscerating this article because of how ridiculous it is. And I know it says commentary. It's this is a commentary article. However, it was posted on the main Kotaku Twitter, which means they treated it as if it was news. It went on all of their broadcasts as if it was news, even though it's labeled commentary. For me, this meant having Leon Kennedy on low health so I could hear all the pained grunting sounds he makes as he struggles to make his way through the environment for reasons.
Could you imagine, like, if somebody was like, man, I have to constantly play the Tomb Raider remake, prequel in the very beginning when she's running through the cave and she's like panting and screaming just because, I gotta hear it. Like that would not be deemed acceptable even in a commentary article. That is absolutely vile.
I mean, it's going to go on. It's going to get worse through this. I mean, Capcom says its mission, that it was the mission of the women at the company to make sure that Leon is in his 50s, became everyone's hot uncle. And that meant consulting with the design team on details as small as the wrinkles on his neck. I mean, okay. We've spent quite a lot of time polishing Leon's visuals. Leon has many fans among Capcom employees, and women in particular were pretty strict when reviewing his design. And further, they would point out and comment on even the finest details, like the wrinkles on his neck. When I mentioned that story in the past, a female fan told me the women developers at Capcom did a really good job. Now, there's a point in here that I just kind of want to jump to. How do I get this out? Get out of here. I don't want this here. Where is it?
Make sure you don't click on it. Then you'll get Kotaku ads everywhere.
Yeah, I it is a Kotaku fact. After playing through Requiem twice, I can confidently say that those women at Capcom succeeded. Are God's strong.
God lowercased, by the way.
God lowercase.
That's God. And that's for the Judeo-Christian God.
That's a little wink nod, middle finger is what that is.
That not only did this guy write that, but the editor let it through.
I actually think it would have been more insulting to have it capital
G,
because of what you're talking, like the context of what you're discussing, right? Like if you have a capital G, it really would have been like a total, with how perverted it is, it would have been
Mhm.
even more insulting.
Yeah, so
This
maybe
is
it
like
for the best.
you're trying to be insulting and it's not insulting. Like it's like, oh, you're trying to be insulting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Leon has been one of my formative video game crushes since 2005 when I was drawn to his fine as hell character design in Resident Evil 4 long before I knew I was gay. And my God, Requiem manages to effortlessly capture his sensual aura and swagger in every motion. His reload animations, sexy. Marv, how often are you writing in this style? I'd like to know how often you, as a writer,
0.0% of the time.
So would you say this is appropriate for your job?
No, as a journalist, no. This is gooning. This is not like the thing that they will for us to be like, hey, like Eve looks really good in Stellar Blade, like you gooners. This is gooning.
This is, I mean, how often are you saying in your writing that your pants are already gone?
Oh well, that I'd say all the time. No, I'm kidding.
That's okay. So we find
I never
middle
talk
ground
about
here.
my state of dress while I am writing. No.
This is the line I was looking for. This is, how can you be taken seriously as a publication when your writers are talking about their pants being gone in the perverted sense and not as a joke?
So I remember something that a gay friend of mine said to me back in the aughts was he was like, the one thing that I hate is that, he's like, we all get a, like they all come at us for, because they think we're all perverts and like sexuality drives us and we're just regular people who are just trying to live our lives. And I was like, yeah, man, right on. Like, I agree with you. Now it is all perversion. Like everything you see in the media now is perversion. It's things like this. It's things like Mark Malkin, and they give the people who are just trying to live their lives a bad name.
I don't understand. I mean, I do understand why that is. It gets clicks.
Joe Biden held like a pride event on his on the White House front lawn, and what's the first thing that happened? Some woman took her top off immediately.
Oh, yes.
Might have actually been a trans woman that did it.
It was a trans individual, took their top off, yes. And I mean, look, I would say I don't understand why there's this big push.
Some trans woman took his top off.
I would say I don't understand why there is this big push towards this kind of rhetoric, right? I don't understand why that is. Wouldn't you want to bridge the gaps here? But no, it's meant to be inflammatory. It's meant to cause issue because they want to cause issue. They want to cause upset. This is the articles like this, and we were just looking at Mark over here. The intention is to be as inflammatory as possible, and I think that is such a shame. And I think it's extremely disrespectful to gay people. Like I was the best man in a gay wedding, but then for us to talk like this and to point out that, like, wait, why are you creeping out this this young actress here asking an extremely perverted question? And well, it's to create as much ruckus as possible. That's the ruckus. It's to create a ruckus.
It is a ruckus indeed, my friend.
Yes,
Mark, man. Like, just this poor girl. Like, because she tries to smile at the end, and it's like, oh man, like she tries to smile at the end, but it's very clear she is ridiculously creeped out. I'm like, lady, buckle up. You're in Hollywood now. Like, this is what it is. Like watch your drink when you go to these Hollywood parties. Look at
I mean, this is.
He's so pleased with himself, the way he smiles and the way he's like.
It's the bobblehead action.
He's like moving his torso around.
Yeah.
Did not think it would be something that I would.
Weird.
Well, and it's what is it that Rachel Zegler says? That's Hollywood, baby.
That's Hollywood, baby.
That's Hollywood, baby. All right, let's get back to the chat.
To the chat.
All right. Coming in over on the M4 Empire.
Juliet is asking for £2 sterling. That's proper money, Wizard. Says, is there an M4 Empire tonight? No, the M4 cast is actually not going to be happening tonight because of MegaCon. I didn't want to put 2 weeks in a row on Trish of having her host. So we are just not doing a show this week, and then we'll be back with normal schedule next week.
And we've got on the real life.
Are we able to use AI to get a audio clip to go with that of Adam West going to the chat?
We need to add more.
Yeah,
things.
or find an Adam West impersonator to do it.
We need more transitions. Like we've been making them here. Like we use them on fake casts and stuff like this.
Well, we did have that cool thumbnail this week of us on the jet skis, so I was happy about.
Yes, yeah, I made that at 6 a.m. I was like, we need something fun. We need something fun for people to click through this time. And
I had a thumbnail of us as Green Lanterns the other day, and that was fun.
I saw that. That was a good one. I like that one. Let's see here. We've got WDW Pro gifted 5 real life fake wizard memberships. Thank you, my friend.
One to himself too, I believe.
I think he said in here that he got gifted one himself, which is pretty funny. I didn't know you could do that. It was
so there was one time where Nolan Thunder came into that Park Places chat, I think it was, or it was either Park Place or Pro. He gifted one membership and it went to himself. And we bring it up all the time.
Hey, you roll the dice, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for that, my friend. Snarky Distinct, big shout out again for a 200 banger.
Yes, on M4 Empire Gaming, we will be playing Zelda very soon. I will, I'm gonna have to consult the Zelda aficionado in my life. I'll have to talk to my wife about which one I should play. But yeah, I'm leaning toward Ocarina of Time, but it might be Breath of the. I don't know. Breath of the Wild starts a little slow. So,
are you playing on the Switch 2, or are you gonna be playing on a wink retro device that you own?
I'm gonna do on the Switch 2.
Okay, because I would say like you could get all the texture packs and stuff, and that would be really cool.
True.
That'd be cool. Archimedes coming in on my channel just got on. Have you guys seen the clip of the actor who's afraid to talk about his wife abusing him?
I have not seen that.
I don't know. That goes over my head. That goes over my hat for now. That I don't have an answer for that one. Don't know yet. I'm sure we'll see it. We'll cross paths with it eventually, though. Thank you for the 20 banger. Over on the M4,
OG Dutchy checking in for €249 says she looks really uncomfortable. Dude's creepy AF. Yes, he is. I mean, I think he's so used to talking to these just like degenerate actors who are like happy to talk about anything like that. Like, when he went to Aubrey Plaza, this is the gayest Marvel thing ever. And she was like, well, I hope so. That's what I signed up for.
That was Agatha all along. You had Catherine who was that? No, Aubrey Plaza said that.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza was the one who said that. He asked everyone though. He asked the lady who played the Candle Witch, and she went on a huge like tirade about how witches are all gay. And then he asked Catherine Hahn too, I believe.
Sashir Zameda, yeah,
whatever her name is.
I used to like her. I thought she was good on SNL. And then after SNL, it's a lot of these people. They leave SNL, and I'm like, well, SNL wasn't that great with you, but now you're kind of insufferable without it. Thank you for that. Snarky Distinct over on the Wizard channel. Kotaku needs to go. What a shit show. They have made fools of themselves for a long time now. Yeah. It's fun. Over we do Saturday Night Hypnosis on Hypnotic's channel, and I do the Kotaku facts every week, and it's usually just what's the worst article they posted this week that we read through. And it's
how do you decide?
Do you know what's funny is I used to be stressed out trying to find those. Like I used to think like, oh no, I need prep time to find an article, and now they'll be going through the introductions on the panel, and I'll just open up Kotaku. It's the first one there. I'm like,
oh yeah.
This is ridiculous, man. It just gets worse. Thank you, Snarky. And thank you, Snarky, again for gifting 10 real-life fake wizard memberships. Thank you for that, Snarky. We appreciate your support very much. We appreciate all of your support. Very, very nice of you. And this looks like this one just came in. Space Dave 2000 100K is on the way, Wizard.
It is.
How will you celebrate? Well, thank you for that. We're close.
Have you passed 90 yet?
Yeah, 91, almost 92.
Brother.
Almost
I think within
92.
this, probably before, mid-April, I think you're gonna have it.
I'm trying to make it happen before March ends. I'm gunning for it.
I like to give conservative estimates so that you could beat it.
No. The conservative is by the end of April in case something crazy happens. But not like internally. I'm like, but I'm gonna try for March because even this month we're already that Disney Hoppers video I did.
It was a phenomenal video.
That did like 4,000 subscribers.
Yeah, the thing about your content, though, I mean, it's easy to watch and it's thought provoking, and it doesn't like rage bait you. It just calmly explains to you, like, exactly what's going on and what you think about it. And I don't know, it's just there's something relaxing about your content, but at the same time, very informative. Like my wife can watch it.
Oh, I'd like to try not talking down to people. I feel like that's it. But I also we watch a lot of videos now, and there's we have a lot of friends that do this as well, and the broader YouTube, and it's always like, hey, here are all these bad things, or here's what I think about blank, and I just feel like, what's the takeaway there? Most people, it's they use this to pass the time in a lot of ways, but they also want to stay informed, and I try to come at the angle of like, how can I also inform a little bit of here's what's going on, here's what I think, and then here's what you can do with it. And that's my angle. And
I think you do an amazing job, man. Really, truly, I'm in awe all the time.
I'm also a try hard, so I it's a little ridiculous. Coming in over, you guys are sending all the support. We appreciate it very much. This is Ruby Hoov gifted 1 to the M4, and Snarky to Stink over here. Plow by Pro 210K by end of year.
You think you're gonna lap Pro? That's interesting.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but I appreciate the support. And not to lap Pro or anything like that. It's we don't know when the ride stops, right? We have to keep going when like the YouTube algorithm is like, hey, the faucet is on, and you just keep going, and eventually the faucet shuts off. So until then, we're gonna keep going. We're just not gonna stop.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've got to get back in.
Yes,
we got a lot of topics. Let's. Do you want to do? Okay, Marv, this is up to you. Do you want to do the Disney stuff or the Spider-Man stuff?
Let's go into Spider-Man. I'd like to talk about that because I know we have differing opinions on this one.
Which is why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's get to the culture.
Not Casino, just to the culture. By the way, welcome to Raiders from Culture Casino. I saw you guys came in.
Oh, to the culture.
Yeah.
Crossfire, not casino, not affiliated.
Yeah.
Friends, but not affiliated. All right. So Marv, we had Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah.
The trailer's out. I can't play it because there have been reports of copyright claiming, and
really?
Yeah, man. I was hearing a couple of people like
what are these trailers for, if not? Ugh, I hate it.
For all things considered, Disney is the only company that plays ball with content creators. Like, even with us, even with all the things that we say that are like, hey, we don't like what Disney's doing, they don't copyright claim unless they do, and they take down my Lilo and Stitch video. But most of the time they don't. But yeah, so we can't play the trailer, but this trailer is getting, I just happened to click on the Australia version, but even this has a 750,000 views.
Yeah, I mean, so
what are your thoughts?
They're saying that this broke the GTA 6 record. Like, this is it got like 475 million views or something like that.
Right. I mean, PlayStation got 10 million views, or maybe this is it. Maybe this is the actual, the whole thing. Oh my gosh, it's not even linked. This isn't the Link trailer, and this has
Nope.
10 million views.
Yeah.
Wild stuff. So, new Spider-Man, Spider-Man 4, no Iron Man, no multiverse, I
Nope.
guess.
Doesn't look
What
like
are
a
your
very
thoughts?
high-tech suit either. It looks like it's basically like we're back we're at basic Spider-Man now.
Right. Right. So it took what? More than a decade to get here?
I guess
Actually,
so.
a decade exactly.
We started off with super high-tech Iron Boy, and we've gotten now to the point where he's making the suit on his sewing machine in his tiny apartment, and going out there and just being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So no more nanotech, things like that. I mean, I like Spider-Man when he's got like dumpster diving tech, like when he's taken like pieces of calculators and stuff like that, and has created stuff for like that goes in his cal and stuff like that out of it.
Right. I like that too. And I've been thinking about it more. We were on the Pro Show yesterday talking about it because it dropped, and I said like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna get like a pure Spider-Man movie, and I kind of have to like kind of walk that back a little bit and say after watching this again, it does look like for the first time he is on his own.
Yeah,
which is something we haven't seen yet with this Spider-Man. So how does he process everything on his own where he doesn't have like a mentor or an emotional core? Like if Punisher really is the emotional core of this movie, which I think he will be, I don't know how it's going to,
it's definitely not going to be the Hulk, because I believe the Hulk is going to be almost a villain in this. I think because it's going to be Savage Hulk. So I think like it's going to be mindless, out of control Hulk, and you're going to get Hulk versus Spider-Man. There's a lot going on in this, man. Like we saw Scorpion. We see now there's this one part where it looks like there's somebody jumping around into people's minds. I'm assuming that's going to be Jean Grey.
Is it?
I think it is.
So the big emphasis on this particular movie happens to be mutation.
Yeah.
Even just from the trailer, it's Peter Parker is undergoing some kind of mutation. The Hulk, Bruce Banner, is going to be undergoing some kind of mutation.
Mm-hmm.
And if mutation is the key thing here, then to have Jean Grey in it might make a little bit more sense.
You've got Jean Grey, you've got the Punisher, you've got the Hulk, you've got Scorpion, you've got the Hand, which I thought was an interesting thing to go into. Was
I don't
find the Hand.
I don't know how or why.
And I'm wondering if now what I was hoping was going to be in this movie. I wanted Mayor Fisk in this movie. I wanted this to be a Spider-Man versus the Kingpin movie, because God forbid Kingpin's actually a Spider-Man villain for once. But I have a feeling that Brand New Day is going to be handling I don't think he's mayor anymore by the end of Brand New Day season 2.
Well, we did. Oh, what's it going to be, president?
No, I think he'll be in. I think Born Again season 3 is the Devil in Cell Block D. I think it's going to be Daredevil and Kingpin and Bullseye and Punisher all in jail together.
That might be interesting.
It's one of my favorite comic books of all time, is The Devil in Cell Block D. It's a phenomenal arc that they ran in the aughts. It is it's really good, because it's like Matt Murdock is in jail. Everyone knows that he's Daredevil, but he's trying to like hide that he's Daredevil still, but they're coming at him and he's kicking the crap out of all of them. And then the Punisher sees that he's in jail and literally walks outside and snaps a mugger's neck. And the cops are like, hey, freeze. And they see who he is. It's like, oh my gosh. And he's like, nope, that's all right. Take me away. Because he wants to be in jail to watch Matt Murdock break.
Yeah, it's I mean, what did you think of Born Again season 1? And did you watch
I hated it. It was terrible. It was boring. Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. And I love the Netflix show. Love it to death.
I love it too.
Yeah. And Born Again, I thought just there was maybe like 1 or 2 scenes that I liked. There was that scene where like Daredevil is like, he's back as Daredevil, which took like 8 episodes to get to. and he's fighting that that serial killer while the Kingpin is fighting that guy that got with Vanessa. And I thought it was a cool juxtaposition to like go back and forth between the two. It was like the first scene that I actually really enjoyed in that series. But for the most part, I thought it was boring. I thought the new characters they added sapped the life out of it. I thought taking a sidetrack to go have an adventure with Ms. Marvel's father was dumb.
It was dumb.
Yeah. And he's not Daredevil for the majority of it.
No. In isolation, watching that show, watching Daredevil Born Again week to week was an insufferable experience.
Yes.
It was a terrible experience. And I'm not looking forward to review. I mean, heck, when I even tried to review it, like it didn't even get any views. Like that was a time in the channel, like even talking about it, no one cares.
I liked Wonder Man, and I didn't even talk about Wonder Man on the channel because I'm like, nobody cares.
No, I did. It was I put a lot of time into that video, and it was extremely low, like underperforming, which isn't reflective of like and that's not me blaming like the audience or anything, or like, oh, they didn't show up. It's like, no one cares about this property. That even if I put in all this time into a video, like no one is interested in watching it because no one cares about superhero stuff anymore.
No one cares.
Like, I did a
Marvel
Green Lantern
general,
video
yeah.
and it tanked.
Yeah,
It's this superhero stuff is just, I think it's just running dry. Spider-Man is in a different league.
yes,
Because everybody loves Spider-Man. Everybody loves him.
Spider-Man and Batman are in different leagues, I will say.
Yes.
Because it used to be before Iron Man 1, if you walk up to anybody on the street and you say, name 3 superheroes, the majority of them are going to say Superman, Spider-Man, Batman.
Right.
I still think the majority of them would say Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, but now you'll get the odd Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk. The 3 of them are supposed to stand head and shoulders above everyone else. And in comics, I think Superman still does. It's just in media, he's been so destroyed.
You don't think they're going to say Shang-Chi if you ask them on the street?
Yeah, no, they're going to say Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, and Echo.
Right. Those are my picks.
Yeah.
I think Echo is my 1, 2, and 3. That's I picked Echo 3 times. It's an Echo.
It's all
it's all Echo all the time.
But so I mean, you know what the original plot of Born Again was, what I had heard it was supposed to be, was that Foggy and Karen are killed off screen.
Right.
And he's so distraught that he asks Echo to kill him because he can't do it himself because he's Catholic. And she refuses to and spares him, so he's born again with a second chance given to him by Echo.
Oh, I hate Disney.
I don't have confirmation on that, but that was what I heard the plot was before they reworked it.
I heard most of that. Most of that is what I had heard, and it's I didn't know about the Echo Born Again thing. That's ridiculous. But I believe it.
I had heard Echo played a huge role in it originally.
We look at superhero stuff and the decline of superhero stuff, and I had said it's almost with every project you say, how much longer can they keep this going? And we look at this frame here. You talk about like Spider-Man and okay, well now you got Mark Ruffalo in this. Okay, well he's a little controversial, right? You've got Zendaya in this, who maybe she's not nearly as controversial, but people are having Zendaya burnout, which is kind of a big deal. And then the crossover of all of this. I mean, do people know or care about John Barenthal's Punisher? I mean, we do, and you guys at home probably do, because we may have watched either the Punisher show or Daredevil season 2, but you kind of have to introduce Punisher to the normie audience. The average person going to see this film doesn't have any emotional connection to John Barenthal's Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to hurt the film. So unless there is some like direct introduction for Punisher, I think you're going to have a problem.
It's. I mean, they, and it seems like it's not the first time him and the Punisher are meeting together. Now I don't know who this is supposed to be.
Right. I mean, they're saying people are saying that this is actually going to be Sadie Sink, and I'm like, I hope not.
Yeah,
I
why
very
would she
much
be
hope
doing,
not.
like, I hope not either.
Because then she's the villain. So
Yeah.
the discussion is that
and
she's
when
either
I heard
going.
about this, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's either she's Jean Grey, or there's the possibility that she's Shathra, the wasp lady.
So when I heard was it is Jean Grey, and the movie is basically like some obscure X-Men villain is like in damage control, and is like it's them trying to escape from damage control. So again, we're trying to make damage control a thing, and I'm just like, man, like nobody cares about damage control. But
well,
actually,
we know that
somebody,
he is
Hammer
damage
Biotech,
control.
yeah, Hammer Biotech said in the chat that might have been the Chameleon.
I mean, if
I have heard the Chameleon is in this,
but we're also supposed to get Tombstone in this.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
right. We are supposed to get Tombstone.
Tombstone, Scorpion, Punisher, Hulk, Jean
The
Grey.
Hand.
The Hand. What's the Hand doing in this?
So there's one scene where he's like swinging, and there's somebody below him. Looks like they're throwing boomerangs or something like that.
Yes, yeah, no. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be an opening montage of him fighting these supervillains, and I'm sure that that's what this scene is.
Yeah,
that's what this scene is. Like, we get all of these iconic scenes, but what is the Hand doing in this?
Hey, why
I thought they were all dead. And why are they in jail?
He's fighting
Put
the
them
Hand without
in
his
jail.
mask on.
Yeah, without his mask on. And then here's the shot here. Now, people are saying that this is a misleading shot. I'm gonna play it and see if we get it. But if we see here, so apparently there's, the super sleuthers are zooming in, and you could tell that there's like some kind of special effects here. I don't see it personally.
Would it be Jean Grey or the Hulk, or
that it would be like it with No Way Home, of how there was the edited shot where
was in there. Yeah,
right, where it was actually the other Spider-Men were in there, but why is the Hand in this? How long is this going to be? It almost makes me miss that. This is where I'm like, I'm concerned. It's, you look at Spider-Man 2, it's Tobey Maguire has his own story, and you have a Doc Ock the villain. Spider-Man 1, it's Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and Green Goblin. This feels like it's got too much going on.
You know the connection between the Hand and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Oh, well, it's the hand and the foot.
Yeah, exactly. So the point of it, for those of you that don't know in the chat, is that the toxic waste that splashes Matt Murdock in the eyes that gives him his powers is supposed to also be the ooze that goes down the sewer and creates the turtles. The turtles were connected to Daredevil in their original comic book run, and because Daredevil fought the Hand, the turtles fought the foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's fitting. I'm wondering if this is also going to be part of the montage. Like, this can't be the big. I guess that's another concern. Is like, I don't know what we're doing. We're doing a lot, but I don't know what we're doing. It looks exciting. I hope it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I've been hurt before, Marv.
I know. But by the way, now I liked this trailer. I'll say it. I thought it looked good. I thought Spider-Man looked good. I like his costume in this. I liked how the Scorpion looked. I would like him to have a helmet, but I liked how Scorpion looked. I like that actor. Just too much Zendaya in this, man. Like, we had 2 straight days of Zendaya in these trailers, with the Dune 3 trailer and then this trailer. It's just too much Zendaya. People are done. They don't want it.
I am glad that we did eventually, and it looks like they're going with the brand. What was the newest anime show? The newest animation show. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it looks like that's the suit that they're doing here for Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. I was kind of hoping a little bit more of a classic Spider-Man, but hey, I'm just cool. We got Scorpion in live action. They set this up in 2017. 9 years for this.
I'm surprised we're not getting Scorpion and Rhino together. I figured they would kind of kill two birds with one stone with that, but then again, we just did Rhino and Craven and stuff like that, so whatever. But yeah, I like the idea of a Spider-Man that has the Punisher in it, because the Punisher started as a Spider-Man villain. So I think that's a nice nod. I even don't mind the idea of him fighting the Hulk. It's just when you put all of this in one movie, it starts to feel a little daunting. And then you're introducing the X-Men into this. You're adding in, more stuff with damage control. And oh, by the way, he's still in love with MJ, and that's going to be a big part of this. And it just sounds like there's a whole lot going on.
If he's still in love with MJ,
I mean, he is.
I mean, he sure, but no Gwen Stacy. We can't. You don't want to touch that again, and there are other stories that can be told there.
Spider-Man has more love interest than just about any superhero known to man. Honestly, what this should have been, and what I would have had, I wanted a street level thing with Kingpin as the villain, and you've got Black Cat mixed into the mix. And because MJ was Peter Parker's girlfriend and Black Cat is Spider-Man's girlfriend, and it's no one knows I'm Peter Parker anymore. So now I'm Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my identity. And here comes this woman who loves Spider-Man. This insanely sexy, maybe possibly older woman, maybe like in her mid-20s, where he's maybe like 19 or 20. And she is all about Spider-Man. And I think that would have been a good way to be like, well, it's always like, well, I'm not balancing Peter Parker and Spider-Man together in the right way, and it's because you're descending into Spider-Man. Essentially, you're only being Spider-Man. You're not giving Peter Parker any love anymore, because no one knows who Peter Parker is anymore, and neither do I anymore.
Right. I would have loved to have seen that. There's so much you could do here, but
there were I have ideas I had for this. One was what I just said with that, and possibly you put Daredevil in it, but the other one was it's a team up with him and Star-Lord, because Star-Lord was not on Earth when Strange cast the spell. And then he would come back and he'd be like, oh, hey, Peter. And he'd be like, oh my gosh, it's someone who knows who I am.
They should do that in Secret Wars for sure.
Yeah.
They should still do that. That would be like kind of a gut punch. That would be so emotionally satisfying after everything that no one knows Peter Parker except for Star-Lord, and they can have that kind of reunion. I feel like that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice. And it wouldn't even be fan service. It would just be nice to Peter Parker for once. and then it's like, oh, of course it's Star-Lord of all people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So because the question is always with these Sony movies, well, which Marvel character is going to be the guest star? Because there always is one. It's part of the contract that they have with Sony, is that there's always a big MCU guest star to prop up the movie. At this point, I feel like you don't need it anymore. The Spider-Man is more than established. But like I said yesterday, I do think we're going to get the black costume in this at some point, whether it's a post-credit scene or at the very end. I think you are, or whether post-credit scene leading into it happening in Secret War. But I think the black costume is coming like a freight train.
I love that this is an actual costume. It's
not
CGI. I love that.
That almost looks like the Japanese Spider-Man show.
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Where he had the Megazord.
I think you're right, and I think the black suit should be like the after credits.
Yeah, no, it should be a post-credit scene. They shouldn't bring it in this movie. That's another moving plot line that you don't need. But
what I would love to see,
it should be a post-credit scene again.
I think the movie should open like the title crawl should just be we see the little goo moving.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't get there. It's a snail. And it doesn't get there until the after credits where it gets them.
Well, I mean, that was the post-credit of No Way Home, was that the symbiote is now in the MCU.
And then, but they undid that, I think, in Venom 3 or something. Didn't they undo that?
No, because that goes back into, I don't know, I didn't see Venom 3, but
it's not good.
Yeah, I've heard
it's
none of those Venom movies are good. I hate when people are like, "Oh, Venom was awesome." I'm like, and on what planet?
I actually think Sony is I think Sony is the most incompetent film studio right now across all of their movies. I think Sony, all of Sony Pictures are the most incompetent. They make the dumbest movies. They are so stupid. The plots are stupid. The acting is stupid. The actors know that they're in crap, so they act crappy. Like there's we talk about Disney.
You can see the thought process on a lot of these Sony things too, because like the Karate Kid Legends. Now I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. This was a completely different martial arts movie, and then someone was like, "Can we make this into Karate Kid?" Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Because Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso are so pigeonholed into this. This was very clearly just a martial arts movie that they were making, and then they were just like, "Hey, Cobra Kai is really popular.
It's really popular. Why don't we bring them in? Because it's a different movie. Jackie Chan is barely in it.
Yeah. Oh, and Ralph Macchio is barely in it.
I mean, you put the two of them on the poster though to get people to go see it, because on its own, you weren't going to get people to go see it.
But
I don't even think
they want to do all these Spider-Man villains with their own movies, but like, I think the thing that you have to do is you have to do alternate Spider-Man as your Spider-Verse. You got to do 2099, give 2099 his own movie. They're doing Spider Noir over at Amazon. There should be multiple Spider-Man like things going on, but I digress. This movie could be good, it could be bad. It just seems like it's got a lot going on. Even that, I liked the trailer.
So I'm thinking this has got to be Sadie Sink right here.
Yes,
because these look like little girl hands.
Yeah, those are girl hands.
But is this green suit?
Could be Tom Holland. He may have girl hands.
He might have girl hands. That is not the same green suit that this person is wearing. So this person,
and those are not girl hands.
Yeah. And those are not girl hands. Yeah, this has got to be a dude. Clearly doing some kind of mind control thing. But maybe it's Paul Dano under there, and this is Riddler 2.0.
Oh gosh, could you imagine?
Oh man, I think final thoughts on Spider-Man. Like I said yesterday, I am optimistic. I am nervous. Is Paul like they've got Paul in the trailer? The new boyfriend, the new MJ boyfriend, Paul.
Oh, okay.
I think he's in this, and it's Iman Estefani from Ahsoka, the guy who played Ezra from Ahsoka. Yeah. Who I like. I like the guy as an actor, and he's very nice. Like the way he interacts with the audience, very nice guy. I got no problems with him personally, or his acting. I think his acting is great. I think the writing he keeps getting served is garbage, but that's not his fault.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, you could have. No Way Home was a perfect way to write MJ and Ned out of the story, and they didn't.
I can't stand Ned.
Yeah,
I can't stand Ned. I hate Ned. I don't not hate, but I don't want him. I don't want to see Ned. Ned can go, or turn him into the Hobgoblin, and let's move along.
Yeah,
let's just get it over with. But I think that'll do it for Spider-Man for now until we get more information. So with that, let's go back to chat. All right, let's see. Where were we? We got right here over on the M4.
For $2, Ruby Hoove says, have a terrific Thursday. Thank you very much, Ruby Hoove. Hope you have one too, my friend.
You too. You as well. We've got over on M4.
Walter Tomaszewski became a YouTube member. Welcome, my friend. I'll see you Monday night at 7:30 for the members stream.
And Snarky to Stink on the M4 Empire.
This is on M4. Okay, for 5, He says, not a huge fan of changing the actor several times. I think Tom Holland has done the best job. What do you guys think? Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, probably. Toby was a little too crying. He cried a little bit too much for me. And Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was kind of a dick.
I thought I really liked them all. This is total side tangent, but I'm like tired of comparing like who was the best. I would rather say who was not good, because you could look at all three Spider-Man
I
actors
like
would be like,
I like all three.
I like all three. It's I think the same way with most of the Batman. It's like, oh no, Christian Bale's the definitive, Michael Keaton's the definitive. I don't care about that. I think most of the Batman we've gotten have been like really good adaptations of Bruce Wayne and Batman.
like George Clooney.
Dude, I wish George Clooney would get another chance, like an actual chance. And that's completely from the status of underdog. I want George Clooney, who we may not like for like one reason or another, to get Batman again. For real. Genuine. And I know that is the hottest take on the internet.
You know what? I'm thinking about the Spider-Man question now. I think I answered a little haste. I honestly, like, looking back on it, Tobey's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, Tobey's like my favorite for
I thought, like, when I complained about him being crying too much, I was like, I'm just thinking about Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. I won't watch that movie again.
Yeah, like Spider-Man 3 was so bad that it soured me on those movies. But I'm like, come on, Marv, think back to Spider-Man 1 and 2, the way you felt in the theater, and I'm like, yeah, no, Tobey's it. Like, Tobey's
it was incredible. And like all the toys that were
I didn't like the way Andrew Garfield was disrespectful to the police.
I liked his snark.
I didn't like it with the cop where he's like, I just did 80% of your job. I'm just like, stop it.
Yeah. I like that he had a bit of a, he had an attitude, not an attitude, but like he had that snarkiness to him.
Yeah.
And I felt like we didn't really, I mean, we did have a bit of a sense of humor with Tobey Maguire, but we got way too much in the, Spider-Man 3 soiled it. It soiled the goodwill of 1 and 2 for Bully Maguire. I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I do a whole show on Spider-Man 3 and why it failed, because it was essentially multiple. The fans wanted Venom, yet Sam Raimi wanted Sandman, and the studio wanted a new Goblin or something. It was a whole bunch of things. Like, everyone expected a new Goblin. You had set Harry up to be a Goblin, but Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire wanted Sandman, and the fans all wanted Venom.
And then we got a mixed bag of all of them.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3 should have just been the black costume with no Venom, and it should have ended with Eddie Brock getting the symbiote to set up Spider-Man 4, where he has the symbiote.
Yes. Yeah. That could have worked. Thank you, Snarky. Over on M4, Dinobolt.
Dinobolt for 10. If you've not revisited the 1994 Fantastic Four animated series yet, do yourself a favor. Only watch season 2. Do not watch the first season. It's terrible, but episodes 14 to 26 are almost all awesome. I have not gone back and rewatched that in a very long time. So thank you, Dinobolt. I will skip season 1.
I did before First Steps came out. I went back and like watched a little bit of it, and I missed the sincerity of those shows and how wacky and ridiculous they were. And like, I miss them. Spider-Man from the 90s, you had the Fantastic Four, you had X-Men's my favorite. The X-Men cartoon is my favorite comic book adaptation of anything, easily. Yeah. And that's why I won't watch 97. I'm like, it ended for me. Graduation Day is the definitive ending for me, where like Magneto finds peace with the X-Men and doesn't go to war with the world because of Charles, and that's what it took. Like, what did it take for peace with Magneto is Charles Xavier getting sick and having to leave Earth and basically dying. They basically have a funeral for Charles Xavier because they don't think he's ever coming.
And then he comes back in X-Men 97, which
and then they undo it immediately.
Yeah.
You
give the professor. It made you do the Professor X scream. Ah!
Covered in scorpions. Oh man.
It's my favorite.
And Michael Steele gifted this is a member message over on your channel. This movie triggers my arachnophobia with cocoons.
Yes, it does. So yeah, they're doing the Neogenic Nightmare storyline from the I think it was in the comics too, but I remember it most from the animated series Fox in season 2. And that is how we meet the during the Neogenic Nightmare.
I don't think. Okay, maybe I'm a little paranoid. I don't think audiences are going to be able to handle man spider.
Oh no,
I don't think they're gonna be able to handle it. And if they do that, I think it's gonna scare kids.
Man Spider versus the Hulk, that would be pretty cool.
It would have to be that he has a nightmare while in the cocoon, and it can't be him actually becoming that. It has to be a reference to, like, we're nodding to the audience about it, but we can't see Tom Holland Spider-Man turn into a monster. If we do, it'll hurt the Spider-Man brand.
It might.
Yeah. Over on the Wizard channel, just J10 for a 5. If a comic accurate film of Maximum Carnage was released now without any lead-in films, how would it be received? I don't think it would. I mean, if Spider-Man's in it, it would do well. Spider-Man makes money.
Yes. I personally think that you can't do Maximum Carnage is a 4th movie, because you have to introduce the black costume, you have to give it to Venom, you have to have a Spider-Man Venom movie, then you have to have the Carnage movie where they team up to fight Carnage, and then it's Maximum Carnage.
Right. It would take a lot of work to get there, and if we do Venom and Carnage again, because Carnage is dead in the Sonyverse, so you can't do anything with. If Tom Holland is Venom, then Carnage is dead already. You can't do it again. Yeah. So I hope.
Yeah.
Tom
especially, I don't want it to be Woody Harrelson because he was terrible. I don't think anyone has and they made Carnage a lovesick puppy dog who was simping for Shriek. I don't think any studio has the balls to actually do Carnage the way he needs to be done.
No, it'll always be a nerfed Carnage. We're never going to get a proper. So to answer how would it be received, it would never be what you want it to be. So thank you for that.
He has to be a straight up serial killer. So
yeah, but like brutally, and you're not supposed to like that, like Carnage, and not that we liked him in Venom 2, but he's he's too risky for the modern audience. Snarky Distinct gifting 10 real life fake wizard memberships. Thank you, Snarky.
Right.
Appreciate that. That's 20 real life fake wizard memberships from Snarky today.
That's amazing.
And you guys, I mean, guys, we are just talking through supers and stuff today is eating up like half the show, which we're very appreciative.
We might not get to Josh tomorrow because I have to have a hard out at noon.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. OG Dutchy over on the M4 Empire, if you want to read this one.
For me, the Venom movies are frivolous fun. I enjoy them also because I like Tom Hardy as an actor. They are frivolous fun. Absolutely. They're just not good movies.
They're just not good movies. Thank you for that. Snarky Distinct coming in with a 50 banger over on the Wizard channel. Snarky, man. Let's go. Ben Affleck is no Batman. Nope.
I maintain Ben Affleck was a decent Batman, just had a bad script. We got Ben Affleck playing the Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is the last Batman story. Like, they keep wanting to jump ahead for our first Batman story in the Snyderverse. We got the last Batman story.
I do not see Bruce Wayne, nor do I see Batman in Ben Affleck's Batman. I don't see it. That doesn't mean I'm saying it's bad. It's just my perception is I don't see it. I see Ben Affleck.
Well, I mean, what was it? Where all the killing with guns that he does throughout the course of those movies?
Well, that's a big part of it, sure.
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. Snarky, thank you for all your support. RE and me for a $1.99. Have you guys seen Earth versus the Spider? Similar. I have not. That's something I will put on my list for sure.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
I will put that on my list. All right, Marv, let's get right back into, we got to talk about this Josh Tomorrow thing.
Yeah.
Let's get to the culture. Okay. So yesterday was the big annual shareholders meeting. We watched it in person over on Valiant Renegades channel.
We did.
What are your thoughts while I pull it up?
It was nonsense. It was, we gave Bob Iger the "we'll leave the memories alone." We gave him like the Creed "My Sacrifice," send off video where or closing time, like just see Bob Iger like wiping down the bar, closing time, one last call for it was insane. And then Josh Tomorrow. I have to give him one thing. He's way better than Bob Iger at talking for long periods of time but saying nothing.
It's to a scary degree.
The most hypocritical thing that could have been said, though, was said in this. When Josh D'Amaro was like, well, other companies are focused on consolidation in order to compete. I'm like, I'm sorry. Is the company that bought Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, and 20th Century Fox really going to criticize other people for consolidating? Wild.
In this economy, in this landscape, in this current entertainment marketplace that we exist in, when a company as big as Disney talks about consolidation, that makes that makes me concerned. Why consolidation in this market is not a good thing for these companies. It's the same thing we're seeing this in video games, but what's happening in video games is as the biggest companies continue to get bigger and the market consolidates for who can make content, we are on the edge of a real collapse, right? And I have to look now into what's going on with Disney. Are we looking at the entertainment marketplace collapsing just like we are in video games to some form of degree? And the answer, I think, is overwhelmingly yes. Overwhelmingly yes. Does that mean Disney goes away? No, obviously not. But could their stock price collapse even further? Maybe. This is not financial advice. This really is speculation. I said it yesterday. I don't understand how, if you're a person that pays any kind of attention to this company and you look at their track record and what they've done and what they produce and how many hundreds of millions of dollars they spend, how could you possibly put any faith into this company anymore? Like, I don't know. How do you do it?
Stock never bounced back either. It's at 99.41 right now.
So it never came back. Now we could look at the day, and I saw some people say this, like, oh well, the entire stock market was down yesterday.
It was
okay, but you had a new CEO take over this company yesterday. Disney should have been something of an outlier, or we should have seen it bounce back over $100, which we didn't.
And when people push back about the stock thing, is I always say, when you look at the S&P over the last 5 years, it's up 70%. So the market itself over the last 5 years is up. Disney is down almost 50% over the last 5 years.
Hey, Bob, that's you. Bob, that's you. You can't. It is 2026. This is not to make it a political thing, but this is like the president taking over and then blaming their 4 years of dumbass mistakes on the last president 4 years ago, right? The whole Bob Chapek era was a long time ago.
And Bob Chapek never had time to actually shape the company. He was only the CEO for what, 2 years?
I don't even know if it was a full 2. It was like
at that point, he was just implementing things that were put in place during the Bob Iger era.
Right. Everything was already on trajectory. He didn't have time to really do much.
And the way you know that Bob Iger approved of all the things that Bob Chapek did is because Bob Iger came in and changed nothing.
Right. Nothing. It was the status quo.
Yeah.
The only thing, and I believe that this was during Bob Iger's tenure, or Bob Chapek's tenure, that I wish they brought back, and I hope Josh brings it back, is we need the annual shareholder announcement event. The last time we got it was 2020. It was like November or October of 2020, where you had Kathy Kennedy come out and do the announcement of the full slate of what's coming up. We had the full slate of Pixar.
I think the reason why they don't do that is because of Kathleen Kennedy, because she announced all those movies that never got made.
Most of it never happened. It's actually pretty funny. If we could pull it up. Disney Shareholders Conference 2020, Kathleen. And it's there's a photo of found it in 2 seconds. Let me see if I could pull it up here. Because it's
so funny to look at. Yeah.
Boom. There it is. 2020. Most of this didn't happen. Children of Blood and Water, that happened?
Nope. Did not happen.
Droid Story?
Did not happen.
Lando?
Nope.
Rogue Squadron?
Nope.
Rangers of the New Republic?
Nope.
Did Willow happen?
Apparently it did. from what I've heard, but we can't confirm or deny or deny.
Can't
that.
confirm or deny.
Yeah,
And
no,
then,
it happened, and it was a miserable failure.
so of this slate, 5 of these things did not happen.
Did Visions happen? Was that the anime thing?
It's actually very good because Lucasfilm barely has any control on it.
That's the anime one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And like I'm even in a video I have going up today, like I talked about Visions. Star Wars Visions is fun because it's all of these different these Japanese anime studios that are just like, hey, here's the Star Wars like IP, go wild with it, invent whatever you want, do whatever you want with it, and it's fun. It is obviously it's more like a fan fiction, but the animation style, the voice acting is it's all fun. It's just Star Wars fun with no baggage and nothing attached to it. So I actually like that quite a bit because it has nothing to do with Star Wars. But yeah, so we get back. So we've got Joshy here. Joshy's in the hot seat now. Now, Marv, I want to go through the reason where we pay attention to this shareholders meeting is not even for this sizzle reel video. It's for the shareholders calls when they call in and ask questions. How did you feel about Josh's answers?
Josh didn't give answers. Josh would be asked a question and he would go, well, that's a very handsome question. Thank you very much for asking it. What a good looking question. What a tremendous question. You know, we here at Disney are storytellers. And as storytellers, we think it's our responsibility to tell stories. Thank you very much for asking that question. Let's go on to the next one. That was the answer to every question.
That was a pretty good impression. That was a pretty spot on impression. I tried my best to write down the way I would describe it is you need to have if you watch the VR stream back, there's a moment where I actually like kind of put my head down. I had to close my eyes to hyper zone in on what this man was actually saying to try to figure out what is he actually trying to say. That is scary to me that you have to hyper zoom like Sherlock Holmes with a giant magnifying glass. What is this man actually saying?
Well, he's an artificial human being. He's not a real person. He's a snake wearing a man suit, and he always has been. I mean, he has mastered. Not only has he mastered the art of answering questions without actually giving answers, he's also mastered the art of always smiling but never looking happy.
Even when Bob Iger used to answer questions, there was still an emotion behind him. There's an emotion behind Bob. So Bob is giving these corporate, like kind of word salad answer. It's just corporate jargon. Yeah. Bob Iger gave corporate jargon, but you could tell when he was annoyed. You could tell, you could hear the emotion in his voice. So he was not a good poker player.
Everything with Josh is synthetic.
Josh is totally a robot, which is dangerous. I tried to write down what the questions were.
He's a robot named D-M0A0. AR0.
It was even my brother was like, I listened to some of the answers he was giving. It sounded like it was an AI voice because there's no inflections on his voice in some of those answers. It's like and then we all said it like there was the logistics question of like shareholder logistics. And it was like he answered that so fast and so on the money with no pause, no hesitation. It sounded like an AI voice. They're not saying that it was. I'm not saying, this is not a conspiracy. It's just that's how robotic this man is. But really quick, because before we gotta get back to chat here. Of all the word salad answers, there is one question that he did give an answer to, and it is extremely telling for Disney. And that was question 2. And the question was along the lines of, are you bringing in new franchises to Disney? And his answer, if you carve out all of the crap, is no. We're going to get new stories inside of old IPs. And then later he says, we're going to get new IPs inside of current IPs. We're getting glup shittos. It's the meme, Marv. We're getting the meme of the glup shitto Star Wars meme. It's just going to be Cameo Central forever. We're going to get a Watto series on Disney Plus. We are getting Aquafina's Shang-Chi Katie. She's going to get her own Disney Plus show. Maybe she gets her own movie. Marv, I'm going to Regal right now to get online for these films. I am so excited. We're going to get the lizard guy from Hoppers is going to get his own film. How are you feeling? Are you hyped? Are you hyped for Disney?
I am hyped to watch how badly it's all going to fall downhill. I am very hyped as a content creator, of all of the wonderful content we're going to be able to create during the Josh Tomorrow hour. Because I was worried. I was like, man, Bob Iger's been a gold mine. Like, what are we going to do without him? And the world answered me.
Oh man, it's I wish I wish that things could have been different. You hope that things could be different, but with a company like this, it seems like everything is set in stone. But we're gonna keep watching it, and we're gonna keep making content for it. Any final words on this, Marv, before we get back to chat?
No, just very, very excited to see what happens.
And we will be watching with bated breath. All right, you guys, shout out to all the chat here. We've been doing this brunch time show. This is, I think, our 5th episode? Or 5? We've been doing this like about 5 weeks
4,
now.
I think 4. I think 5. Yeah, because you hosted the first one, so you're hosting again. So yeah, I think it's 5.
It's 5 episodes, and it's been a lot of fun. I could see that the viewership is growing on this, which is pretty great. We see that you guys are hanging out with us. This is an earlier show. Most of the shows are later in the day or in the afternoon. So we appreciate that. Just want to give a massive shout out there. But let's get back to what you guys have to say. Snarky Distinct coming in for a 5. This is over on my channel. I went off on Valiant Renegade's show when we saw this. Just pompous ignorance to how terrible they are. Disney is full of themselves, Snark.
Really
Disney is absolute full of themselves, and there's just nothing we can do about it. Butterbiscuit on M4.
Says Chapek was CEO for 10 or 11 months. The first thing Iger did was fire Kareem Daniels, who was in charge of getting movie budgets in order. Yes, he fired the guy whose job it was to keep budgets, functional.
Is it, whoever that was probably deserved to be fired then anyway. whoever that was. It's companies like Disney and Hollywood and Disney and Warner Brothers and Paramount and all these companies that make movies, Sony. Look at how big the budgets are in these films. If Disney was to start like a spin-off kind of film label to fund like indie projects at $20 to $40 million a pop, you can get 10 to 15 films out of that per year for one Snow White. That's the math. It's craziness. Maybe that person deserves to be fired. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Also on M4, Snarky Distinct for you.
Pro was clowning last night on the Pro show. It was pretty funny doing supers as Josh Tomorrow. That's great.
Yes, he was doing a great impression. It was a good time. And also for you,
Bruce Newhouse just became a member of the M4 Empire. Welcome, Bruce Newhouse.
Yes, welcome. We got a bunch of new members on all the channels. This is
definitely
great, man. Marv, we are getting right to the end of our show here. We got a lot to do. We got videos to make. You got to get over to MegaCon and meet the people. What's the word and what do we got looking forward to now?
MegaCon tomorrow. You'll be able to catch Lauren and I at booth CZ1018. Really easy to find that booth. It is it's right next to Docking Bay 9, right by where all like the cool like cars are. So CZ1018 tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. over at MegaCon. We're gonna have a great time.
Awesome. Now I won't be at MegaCon, but we will be. I should be able to be streaming tomorrow. I would like to get the word out. We got to do fake cast in the morning, so that might be. We should be doing it at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow morning, and then after that you go to MegaCon, right? We stream in the morning, and then at that point the show should be starting over at the conference. But I think that is going to tie us up here. That's going to be it for Culture Crossfire. We'll see you next week. And have a great time. If you're going to MegaCon, have a great time. If you're not, also have a great time with whatever you're doing this weekend.
Oh, at MegaCon also, by the way, Saturday morning at 10:15, you're going to be able to catch the Geeks and Gamers panel, which is going to be Jeremy, Ryan, Gary, Critical Drinker, and Eric July talking about the importance of pop culture. So make sure you check that out.
Rock and roll. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for us here at Culture Crossfire. We will see you next week for another brunch time show. Until then, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well. And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. You guys take care. Bye-bye.
See you.